Okay, welcome back everyone. This is Erik Malkavian, and I am among the pillars of eternity. We're here on Hasongo, and we are after Aethys. But we're also after some,
Right.
we're looking for a workshop so that we can get some, um, explosive cannonballs for the bombard.
I'll be your lookout.
It's by the north gate. I don't know where the north gate is. I don't know. I can't tell which direction's north. There's no compass. What is that? I don't know if that's the way or not. Let's try going over there. We don't need to sneak. We're just gonna wade through the water. Killed all those guys, so there's something over here. Okay. What is this? Yeah, we can't reach it. Alright, so we're gonna have to sneak.
I'll be your lookout.
Maybe this is where this workshop is. Okay, let's go in here. I don't know where this north gate's at.
I taste his fear. Open, open.
Uh-oh. Whoa. Let's get in there.
Cry.
Let's go.
They're trying to kill somebody. Alright, get on them. Death to those who oppose the Republic. Death to them. He's trying to do some nonsense moves. Death to them. Death to them.
Let's be on.
Get in there. Death to those who oppose the republics. Death to them.
That's not very helpful.
Death to those who oppose the republics. Death to them. Death to those who oppose the republic. Death to them. I am there knocked his head off. Death to those who oppose the republic. Alright, well done everyone. Okay, so we have the storing key. Hasongo Workshop Records. Maravano. Received from Takoa 135 barrels of saltpeter, 209 crates of ammunition, sent to Takoa 536 sacks of rice, whole bunch of merkberries. Received from Takoa, lots of stuff. Okay, well done. Alright, so we can go ahead and grab those cannonballs. Let's go, guys. Oh, who do we have
Be
here?
cautious.
Oh,
Be constant.
no, let's
Sure.
go talk to him. Hello. An older man hunches over a work table, scribbling furiously by the light of a flickering lantern. His hair is oily, matted mess, and his cheeks are streaked with black. He looks up as he entered, shielding his eyes from the torchlight behind him.
Slave sphincter, those snakes were noisy.
Right.
I don't suppose you brought any extra parchment with you?
He brushes a lock of greasy hair behind his ear. As he does, his ink-stained fingers leave another mark on his cheek. What are you doing?
I'm writing it all down. My research, my work, something to survive before the next walk-in Colossus, the next Naga warband. Do you need something?
Yes.
If not, I should focus. So much to do.
Okay. Well, what happened here?
What didn't? A Colossus made of Adra marched through the fort, grew bright like luminous, and scores of soldiers fell dead. Incredible. Then the Naga killed everyone else. Except Latharn, I suppose. Yes, he must have left.
Darn.
Dawnstar fellow. Arrived yesterday, last week. Complained of strange dreams. Smart of him to leave so soon.
He's got to be acting on his dreams, trying to help our god.
Right. So Hera survived, along with a few others.
They should split up. Safer that way. Better odds. Do you need something?
Yeah.
If not, I should focus. So much to do.
Zahir told me you had explosive shells for the bombard.
Only one. Just a prototype. In there.
Points his chest against the wall.
You're welcome to it. I only ask that you compile notes on the blast radius, detonation temperature, smoke formation, debris trajectory.
Continues muttering quietly to himself, taking the items off with sharp jabs of his quill. Okay. There's some survivors holed up by the docks. I can help you reach them. Waves a hand already.
Safety in numbers, eh? A comforting illusion. Let the others have it if they wish it.
Right.
I must see that my work survives.
Okay. How do I get to the
How
lighthouse?
indeed. Naga everywhere. Suppose your best chance will be up along the walls, west and south. But how to get there? Better perhaps to keep going south, around the edge of the fort, through Fleet Master Ko's office. More cover from the Naga.
Alright. Well, we're gonna kill them anyway. Maybe better not loot that while he's there. Alright, let's go. Are you coming or? You are coming, right?
Do you need something?
Yeah.
If not, I should focus. So much to do.
Right.
Only one.
Right.
You're welcome to it. I only ask that you compile notes on...
Right. Aren't you coming? Oh. He said in the chest there. I guess that's where it's at. Alright. Exceptional arquebus. Well, take that. And take the arquebus. Alright, thank you for that. Let's go. Alright. So we have the arquebus, a distant light. Maybe it'll click them. Reach the Ardra Lighthouse, okay? Now we promised to get the... So we have the thing for the bombard. Let's go back and... Grab these guys. I think we have to go along this way. So there we go. Okay, let's go in and see them. Alright, he should be in here too.
Is there anything else?
Seem to be storing an awful lot of gunpowder in here.
As you can see, we have need of it.
Right. For what exactly?
The Deadfire is a savage place. Something the Valian coin counters and Juana tribals do not seem to recognize.
We have both those who swing swords and those who count coins. You seem to have brought only those who shoot guns and talk too much.
I agree.
But our people conquered Rawatai 2 millennia ago.
That's right.
We understand what it takes to survive, to tame a wild land.
Okay.
The finest cannons and bombards in the archipelago. Why, you can barely walk the ramparts without...
Right.
There's still one. There must be one. They can't all have been destroyed. But you'll need a trained artillerist to aim it.
Alright, I have that. I've got the cannonball now.
The finest cannons and bombards in the archipelago. Why, you can barely... There's still
Okay.
one. There must be one. They can't all have been destroyed. But you'll need a trained artillerist to aim it.
Okay.
Zahira, assistant quartermaster.
Alright, so... I need to train artillerists. Alright, let me rest up here. I'm trying to get this trained artillerist to come with me. Are you the trained artillerist? Are you the trained artillerist?
Is there anything else?
Never mind. Let's go. I don't understand this. I don't have a trained artillerist. I mean, I got us. I thought Loudmouth was a trained artillerist, you know? Alright, here we go. I guess here goes nothing. Okay, let's load the bombard. Carefully ease it in. Turn the bombard towards the cluster of Naga. Rub cooking fat into the gears. Smelling once gears in your arms are literally greased, you're able to turn the bombard. You lost, right? Alright, aim the bombard at the cluster of Naga. I don't have a bloody trained artillerist. A trained artillerist. Right, perception. Explosives. Okay, explosives. 3. None. None. And none. Alright, it's you, Eddard. Oh, crap. Consider the target ratchets back to what looks like a music, probably. Alright. Oh. Okay, let's try this again. So it's mechanical. crap. Mechanics. Checks 10 versus evil arts. Ah, crud. Yeah, I'm gonna blow myself up. I might not be able to do this. Let me... Okay, put those gloves on.
That's something.
Right. Yeah, that's something. Something we're going to try. Alright. Here we go. Yes! Let her go! Light the fuse and plug our ears. Oh, yeah! Woo! Ha ha ha! Recharge ya. Okay. Well, I built the lighthouse, reached it. There might be an intact bombard. Okay, told me I spotted Sanaga. Right. Mira mentioned 2 alternate routes. The bombards rusted. I've dealt with a large group of Naga in the middle of the fort. Woo! I'd say so. That was very nicely done. +1 dexterity. +2. Okay. Yeah. I'm a trained artillerist now. Who would have thought it? Alright, let's head out, guys. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Witch oh witch, the Naga's witch. Ding dong, the wicked witches are dead. Oh yeah. Ding dong, the witches are dead. Witch oh witch, the wicked witch. Yes, they are. They came in from the sea with a dirty looking on their face. We took out a big old cannon and we blew them out of the place. So ding dong, the Naga's dead. Witch O-N, the Naga's dead. Ding dong, the Nagas are all dead. Game frost, the bitch, you know. Witch over, high and low. Ding dong, all the Nagas are
Be
dead.
cautious. Be constant.
Yes. Okay, let's see here. We're supposed to on the western end of the fort. Okay, it's the western end of the fort. And right, took care of that. Well, we probably should just go this way. I mean, we just wiped all the Nagas. Right? They're all dead. Sing it high, sing it low. Ding dong, all the Nagas are dead. Which one, the Dario? Hi ho, the Dario. Ding dong, all the Nagas are dead. Is that where we're going? Oh, let's go in here.
You there?
Yeah, we'll see. Let's see if they're inside here. Okay, they are not. But we know they are on the roof. so what do we have here? Letter from Lathrun. This letter's written in a small, meticulous hand. Co. You know I've never been one for superstitions, but I'm telling you, there's something to these dreams. Couldn't tell you what they mean, only that they wake me 3 times a night. All of us working in farms, pious atheists to a man are having them too. I've got no mind to tell you how to run your fort, but I've got to look after my brethren here. We left home and families back in Raid Sarah, and now we're seeing strange things and laboring next to a duke's ransom in black powder. Or did you reckon a dumb hick like me wouldn't notice? Ding dong, we killed the dogs, make them dead, high and low.
Huh?
Ding dong, all day. They still looking down, you know. Little fools, they're gonna go. Ding dong, little fools are dead. Oh, don't do that. No fireballs, no flames, please. No flames. All right.
Yes?
Make them go. Kill them low. Ding dong. Yeah, no fireballs. Okay. Feel free to cast that. That's fine. Ding dong. Drop dead already.
I don't think I can pull that off.
That's it!
Lavaru, be on seek.
Is that Eder? Come on. Will you get through the door for God's sakes? You're blocking the doorway.
That would be a no.
What's going on?
No.
Ah, jeepers, man.
Yeah?
No, I cannot do that.
Why is nobody moving? What the hell is going on here?
Worse than Roth.
Is this the only way anybody... Good night, can we get out
That
the door?
looks complicated.
Son of a bitch.
How may I help? Rather difficult to concentrate.
Who gives a crap? Get up there. Even Laura Cade knew it doesn't find it difficult to concentrate. I just cut a hole through him.
My order's too tall.
Somebody just knocked a hole straight through him. Who the hell fired that? Oh, that was Pelakina. Oh my gosh. She hit him with that incredibly large club. She's not club. That Morning Star.
Sure.
She just blew that sucker to pieces. Okay, well, that took care of that. Archers. Yeah, with those gloves of might that I gave to Pelagina, that's increased her might, and that's kind of really the only shortcoming is that she's not, really beefy. She's not very strong. That's because she's a avian godlike, and so I imagine her bones are
Real
a
quiet
bit
now.
more hollow. She's not. What's this?
Will do.
You remember the feat that made those stompings? Yeah, freaking Aethys. So I think we're on our way to the lighthouse. Yep, here we are. And we've made it. Well done, everyone. Here we are at the lighthouse. Perfect. Okay. The lighthouse is quiet, but for some sibilant whispers. There's a repetitive incantatory quality to them. Yet as you cross the threshold, an old nog with skin like cracked leather breaks off. Swivels the face us with one broken fang.
The sea-striped fiends send you to uproot the tree of the gods, yes? Their blasphemy knows no bounds.
What are you talking about?
Go! Carry a warning of what you have seen to the other shufflers.
What warning do you... Oh, the shufflers. What warning do you expect me to deliver?
That shufflers must not disturb these roots, or the gods will destroy the islands again.
Oh, shit, go to hell. Chop dead. I'm not listening to you. Who the hell are you think you are?
Real quiet now.
I don't know who you think you are. The gods who so... Shut up, you ignorant idiot. You're gonna drop dead, fool. You got your little pet fools here. Drop dead. Alright. Give us, actually, it's easier for you to do that. Alright. Get up there. Pelagina, go ahead and... He's an enemy of the Empire, out of the Republic. Fazina, go ahead and...
Love will be on.
Go ahead and... Their food flat. Oh. There. All right. Let's see here. All right. Nah, yeah. So brains they got in their heads, not much at all. He ain't got brain in his skull. Okay, aloft. Good, good, good. I knew what would. All right. Let's see.
I cannot.
on! Pelagino, come on! Oh man, I'm gonna have to freaking manage these guys.
I cannot.
Alright, Pelagina. Yeah. Attack this guy. Alright, now, Pelagina. Never mind. Okay, Aloth. You're casting that.
Huh?
Okay.
Needs stronger.
Never mind. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Okay.
This did not
That
be.
would be enough.
Yeah? Not happening.
Alright. She's good. She's trying to shadow walk somewhere.
Hmm?
She's trying to shadow walk somewhere. Yeah, she's trying to shadow walk somewhere.
Area of expertise.
These big nuts.
That was about as useful as...
She's trying to get big on you, Eder.
Bump on
This is futile!
Yeah?
Trying to get big on you again, Eder.
This is... futile!
these son of bitches come from? Can't tell where in the hell I am. Thought I got just missed.
How may I help?
The hell are you doing there? Damn it.
That's not very...
Lavaru, be on.
Huh?
Could use
This is
something to put a
futile.
little pep in.
You can use something with a little pep in your step. Well, how about doing that? Alright, where's Eder? Stunned. um. Are you stunned? Oh, she's dazed. trap. Okay, what happened? Zodi. Alright.
No can do.
She knocked the bones out of that thing. This damn thing will be a ghost by now.
Yeah, this is futile.
Lavaru, be on sync.
The hell did he think he was running to? Okay, let's see here.
Yeah?
That's not very helpful.
He's trying to pull a magic spell. Damn it. He's got no fire left, man.
That's not very
That damn winter's breath.
helpful.
Huh?
That's it.
Right. Distant light. Well done, everyone. Suck they doom. That was very well done. Well done, everyone. Well done.
Yeah?
Let's clean them up. Alright. Strand of favor. Wand of favor. Oh, wow.
Will do.
Okay, guys, here we go.
Right.
As your hand touches the dim Audra, you feel the same cool, pricking sensation that you did when you touched the pillar near Port Mage. You concentrate on the pillar. The world around you swiftly falls away, leaving only the vast emptiness of the in-between. The Audra and a multitude of golden threads undulating off into the distance. For a second time, you gather the threads in your mind and bind them together, forming a solid tether that ripples out toward its distant anchor. Again, a crack sounds from the terminus. Your consciousness is violently pulled along the cord. You are prepared for the sensation this time, but are still disoriented when you come to a sudden stop. You find yourself standing behind a familiar Titanic statue as it trudges through invisible waters. Standing at Aethys's shoulder, your soul is dwarfed by the massive god's form. Energy pulses along the tether, each wave feeding the Audra's movements. He stops. His head cranes behind him, again accompanied by the sound of stone shearing and buckling.
Right.
His eyes rest upon you. He does not reach for the cord, but considers you for a long span of silence before speaking.
Your first attempt to contact me was brave. This second attempt, is it born out of desperation or something else? Why do you continue to follow me, Watcher of Cadnua?
You destroyed my castle and ate my soul, jackass.
There was no malice in that act. It was a coincidence of time, place, and necessity.
Aethys's voice grows fainter as he speaks.
I am sorry for what I did, but it was done for the hope of a better future.
That's barely an explanation, much less an excuse.
It is not. When the gods set foot to Aora, the mountains tremble and the seas roil. The moon falls from the heavens, and the sky blackens with ash. It is not fair. It is not just. Like the storm.
Are you saying the actions of gods are beyond reason, or that you simply don't care about their consequences? No. I don't like either one of these answers.
I care for those I have harmed, but it is not enough to care. What I have done, what I do, is done out of love. And love requires sacrifices, sometimes awful ones.
It's not love.
Aethys becomes silent. You can sense his presence advancing back along the cord between you. His energy flows over your hand, tendrils of light probing into the air around you. They poke and prod at the silent lost souls hovering in your vicinity.
You are in a unique position. In spite of the work of the Leaden Key and Hand Occult, you have seen through our facade. You know the gods' true nature.
Yep.
Without the benefit of your knowledge, few mortals would be willing to accept the true history of their gods. After all, we weren't. The last time I walked Aora, I made a mistake in not revealing my true purpose. I believe you would understand it better than most.
I nod my head.
Yes, I will tell you. But this is not the time. As I take this body farther from the lighthouse, the tether grows weaker, and I have already tarried too long. Soon this link will unravel completely. If I have not reached my destination when that happens, I will need to pull more souls from your world.
No, let's not let that happen then.
I will do my best. Do yours, Watcher.
The edges of Aethys's massive form blur and dissolve. The huge figure retreats from you. As it moves, the tether begins to rapidly unravel. As Aethys speaks, his voice sounds garbled, fragmented, and distant.
If you would know more, find me at the Ashen Maw in Margren's Teeth. I must rest there before I begin my final work. When I leave that place, you will not be able to follow. Before I go, I should return some of this to you. I still have need of the great power of your soul, but I can spare you this portion.
Brother.
A pulse of energy moves back along the golden cord toward you. It feels familiar, comforting, even before it contacts you. The energy washes over you, flooding you with feelings and memories you had thought long forgotten until they settle back into the cracks of your soul. And then the tether and cord snap. Aethys's figure evaporating into dust that mingles with the endless gray expanse. Heat rushes over you, and the uncomfortable sensation of the Audra Pillar's presence cuts off. The gloom of the in-between is pierced by the light of the living world. You are back in the lighthouse, no longer dim. The luminous Audra beside you is filled with warmth and light.
Oh, we did it, guys. Woohoo! We did it. It's lit once again. Who wants to talk about that?
Yeah?
Let's go over here. Pretty
Happy to
incredible, huh?
oblige. Happy to oblige. Watcher, tell me what's on your mind?
How are you feeling? Have you suffered any recent nightmares?
Not a one. Thanks to you, I'm sleeping like a babe. No, better even. I never knew nothingness could feel so warm and so nice.
Alright. Sounds like a heavy weight was lifted from your shoulders.
More like from my mind. No matter what comes to pass in the days and nights ahead, I won't forget who it was that brought me relief from the dreams. And the crush of the souls I'd acquired.
Okay. So what are your thoughts on any of this now?
We talking during the Saints' War or after he died?
Right now. I mean now.
Then you mean gone. Sure, maybe my god still answers to Aethys as well. Why not? But Aethys died, and death requires change. He ain't what he was. Not in exactly the same way. That's why I think his other aspect, his darkness in the light, is what's burning brighter in him now.
Okay. Let's talk about something.
No need to fiddle-foot around. I'm listening.
Okay.
You need me, I'll be 2 whoops and a holler away.
Alright. Okay. Well,
Watcher, I was wondering if I could run something by you.
we're just talking. Okay, what's in your mind?
Well, to put it simply, you are.
Oh, really?
I've tried, but I can't get you out of my thoughts and dreams.
Okay, what does that mean?
Forgive my audacity. I know I've got no place to, but I care for you.
Aww.
More than I can rightly say.
Fingers trembling, she wipes her dime.
I was wondering if you might return the sentiment.
I hope that would be obvious. Pinker, her tongue swipes across her lips. She tucks her left bottom lip between her teeth before puffing out a heated breath.
Why would I believe, or hell even think, the Watcher himself could be interested in me? Wanted it desperately, yes, but hoped?
Oh.
I'm almost afraid to believe it. That you would want me just as much and fierce.
Zodi ducks her head and fails to hide her blush, and the smile spreads across her face.
But darned if it doesn't make me so very, very happy.
I'll tuck a loose strand up here behind her ear. An easy confidence grin glides over Zodi's face, revealing her straight white teeth. Runs tips over those purely whites. Touching her canine thoughtfully push, she slowly, carefully tangles her fingers with mine. Pupils wide, she inhales a breath.
I'm gonna make you so glad you picked me, Watcher. You'll see.
She rocks forward and touches her lip to mine. She nuzzles me gently once, twice, back and forth before opening to me, her eyes sliding close as she deepens the kiss.
You taste like forgotten dreams. Like fate.
She pants softly, eyes opening. Why don't we continue discussing someone more private?
Watcher, I thought you might never ask. There's so much I've longed to try and to see. Or to not see. Let me turn my lantern low. I want nothing but shadows between us.
Guys, we'll be over there for a bit. Languidly, Zodi runs a hand through her masked hair. She watches hungrily, though she should be well.
That was divine. Surely, Watcher, you are a blessing from gone.
Yeah, it was a good time. Okay. Just need to catch up on a few things. Okay. Leveling up time. Oh, my mechanic skills. Gotta have that second wind. Let's see here, streetwise. That detonate came very handy. And ringleader. Wow. Wait, that's potent. Cooling shield. Tactile mail. I didn't know about that one. I have keen mind. Oh. I don't have psychic backlash. I thought about that. That's very useful. I'd like to get that. I'm getting hit a lot. Okay. Let's get some mechanic skills. Okay, here we go. Dang, I need a directed energy spell. What's the range? Range is 10. Yeah, darn, that's not what I need. Man. summon weapon. It's just a weapon. Okay, so I picked up my fan of flames, which I kept wondering why I never had. Okay. Let's level up Zodi. Spoon is useful. This one I want is cleansing flame. Oh boy. Definitely need that. Let's see, mob stance. Guardian stance. Upgrade from defensive stance. There we go. Okay, now. Cover the knowledge of all things. In combat, can be used to increase the power level. Scrolls. All drugs. Chanter. Okay, so she has that one. Ah, this is so powerful. But she already has his hunt for revenge, calls beyond the shroud and summons a phantom. Oh, so that increases the duration for that. Let's wait on the ogres. Okay, creates. Okay, so this increases this. Okay. When they become frightened, okay? So after they're done, oh, that's really powerful. It really is. Powers allies. They become frightened after that. Okay. Ah, yes. Here we go. Okay, so she has the tentacles. My arcane reflection. She has this in her grimoire. This is a powerful ability. Invalid subclass. So she has this. That's in her grimoire. This is useful. Okay. She's from the Valian Republics too. I'm from Old Valia. And of course, Pelagian's from the Republics. Let's see here. Okay, so she has this. Destroy any spirit or summon. Wow. She already has these two. So she can destroy spirits. We don't really fight against a lot of spirits. There's just not very many spirits in this area. Tough. Yeah, that will be useful for her. Okay. We're all set. All set. Let's go ahead and complete our work here. I believe we're done. He waits in fire. Rendezvous with Aethys at the Ashen Maw. Aethys invited me to speak with him further. The Ashen Maw and Mogren's Teeth, a chain of volcanoes that rises from the northernmost seas of the Deadfire. Aethys plans to restore his power somewhere in Mogren's Teeth, undoubtedly from a large vein of luminous Audra.
Indeed.
Well, let's get out of here, guys. Wow. Okay. Some firecrackers. Guess somebody was throwing firecrackers off here. It's kind of strange. Okay. I don't think we missed anything here. We did not. Uh-oh.
Don't let the door hit your scaly behinds on the way out.
That's right. Keep slithering.
If I'd known there were that many in the water.
Let's go.
As much as I like pretending nothing happened, perhaps we should talk about your episode with the Ardra.
You don't look like you're gonna be sick this time, so I take it that's a good sign?
Alright.
If you got something to tell us.
Aethys is headed to a place called Mogren's Teeth.
All the places he can go, and he chooses a spot named for Magrin.
Yeah.
What could he be thinking?
That sounds ominous.
Matiko, no one ventures into Magrin's teeth. A chain of volcanoes guarded by giants, if the Juana legends are true.
So what you're saying is we are headed to Malgren's teeth, right?
Exactly.
I was actually wondering about you, though. How are you holding up?
I'm doing fine, really. It looks so
Well,
unconvinced.
Margaren's teeth sounds like the kind of place that should rather stick out. Shall we continue on?
It feels like we're getting closer. I just don't know to what.
We made it through Sun in Shadow.
Yeah.
We overcame Theos. We can do this.
Yes, we
All
can.
right, then. Let's do this.
Alright. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Hell, we made it through everything. The White That Wins. Not the White That Wins, but the White March. Killed off a bunch of snake guys here. Keep slithering. See if they're going back to attack those guys. That's what I'm worried about. Okay. Damn snake guys. Yeah, I'm worried about them attacking the people are here. I think they went back to the ocean. Good.
Scale-bellied cowards! I knew they'd run!
Ha 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 ha. Hey.
Look at our beacon. Even the Colossus couldn't destroy it. And those snakes aren't so tough now, are they?
I think you mean good job.
Of course.
She's not, but she's still staring at the lighthouse. And off on one side of the temple.
The Hansanui will want to thank you personally for your help here. And she should also know what we're up against.
Okay. Oh, you mean back at the lady back in Nekataka.
She's usually at the Brass Citadel in
Right.
Nekataka. Though she gets called to the palace often, haggling with the Queen and the Valians.
Right. Actually, I'm headed to Magrin's teeth.
Looking for a real challenge after what you did to those scale bellies?
Okay. A brittle edge creeping into
The only
her
thing I
voice.
know about the place is it's supposedly made of fire. And no one's ever come back from it.
She swallows. Fear is making hollows in her eyes.
But anything can be overcome.
She smiles grimly. All right, thank you.
Clear skies.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely good job. Where's that? It's like our path.
Light of Aethys be upon you, neighbor. Are you looking for survivors?
Unlike the other survivors you've seen, this young man, despite a haggard look, come over here, Eder. Dirt smeared, tattered clothes, wears a calm face and speaks with a steady voice. Yes, actually, my friend is looking for someone we were told might be around here.
A short lady, about my age, came from Deerwood with her son. Let's see. Freckles, braids, usually. Punches you in the arm if she likes you, face if not. Oh, and that's if you're lucky.
No, that doesn't sound like anyone.
The young man's face remained smooth, betraying neither surprise nor interest. We're in the right place. You must know her. She has a son about your age.
You gotta be her son. Got her nose and her freckles.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to lie to me, kid. I'm a friend of your mother's. She hiding from someone? Maybe an ex-lover who gave her the best night of her life?
protecting her. We understand.
No, I misspoke.
Okay.
Forget it. Just tell me something. Your father, you know him?
And you? Never mind. I didn't say that out loud.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
Okay. Like Erik said, we're friends of your mother.
Right. Friends of Alava's.
No hint of emotion registers on the boy's face.
Yes, I knew my father when I was very young. He was a man of strong faith.
Have to be. You get Alava mad, you need a god on your side for protection.
He was lost to us during the purges, which was how we came to flee here.
So you met him? Well, that's great. You had a dad.
A moment passed with Idira staring at Baron with a strange, undulating grimace drawn back across his face. Clear his throat.
Where's your mother now? Got a lot of catching up to do.
My mother is with Aethys.
Okay. There's a trace of smile that seems to come from the last word. Alright. Meaning what exactly?
She passed the veil a few years ago. A flu.
Eddar's jaw slacked.
It's possible her soul has taken a new body by now. But if she was truly blessed, she marches instead beside the shining god.
Boy's hinted smile brightens, but his eyes are far away. Eddar's face has gone scarlet beneath his farmer's tan. His nostrils pulsate with each heavy breath.
You lied to us. Said you didn't know her. Expect me to believe this now?
Takes a short step. Easy. He lost his mother, Eddard.
Funny, you wouldn't know it to look at him.
Eddard stares the boy down and then turns away with a grunt. Not worth it just. Yeah, Eddard, what are you doing?
I'm not lying. She's buried on the other side of that hill.
Yeah.
How could she be gone?
Don't be troubled by her passing. All souls that march with Aethys receive his warmth and light.
You seem confident God is causing a lot of destruction.
You can't build on broken foundations. Real change needs destruction. I trust my God knows better than I do. He knows truths I'll never learn.
And got that right.
I was once lost. I struggled as you do now. But the partisans of the lighted path have restored my faith in Aethys.
This Eddard looks at Baron.
What greater honor than to march in his vanguard?
What do you mean, march with Aethys?
Aethys has come to us twice now. Even Oblivion couldn't slow his march. We shouldn't have opposed his first coming. He meant to rally us under his banner.
I know a lot of Dead Deer Woodens who will be relieved to hear that.
We're victims of quarrels of gods.
And seeing what we've seen,
Yeah.
it's hard to believe they got our best interests at heart.
I agree.
Aethys forced everyone to declare themselves as ally or enemy, nothing more. Now he marches again, and we have a chance to correct our mistake.
Well, that's charitable.
I would like to have joined him when he passed this way, but I was weak. It won't happen again.
So who are these partisans of the lighted path?
We began as children of the Dawnstars, separated from each other as we questioned our purpose. But then Aethys granted a vision to Gadarian Bosch. Bosch saw an illuminated path lighten the way through a black abyss.
Words fall from his mouth, bulky and awkward, as though someone else had stuffed him there.
And he saw Aethys marching on the path, and Aethys bade him to march alongside.
Not quite how I've been seeing it, but everyone's open to their own interpretations.
Faint trace of a smile forms on Eddard's lips. Pelagina's feathers ruffle. That's how a faint sigh.
And the Shining God told Gadarian Bosch to gather an army of the god's truest followers, and to prepare to lead it into battle.
Battle again.
You'd think after getting blown up, he'd slow down on the battling.
Well, who does Aethys tend to battle?
We don't know. The end of the path hasn't been revealed to Gadarian Bosch yet. But to the faithful, shouldn't matter.
How will you join Aethys when he's marching beneath the sea?
There'll be a great journey, but we're prepared. Gadarian Bosch knows the way.
Gadarian Bosch? How has this Bosch shown proof of his vision?
Aethys himself has appeared in Deadfire in the form Gadarian Bosch foretold. That's more proof than any of his faithful could ever ask. What fortune to be given this opportunity, to know our God in the living world.
Why did you lie to us about knowing Elifar?
Gadarian Bosch warned us. Those outside the partisans may ridicule us and test our faith. Especially our old families and others close to them. We've learned it's best to keep to ourselves and those with open minds, which relations and friends mostly aren't.
Okay. Adair, did you get what you need here? Adair takes a deep breath, looks around, then at Baron. He nods, tight-lipped.
We can go.
Okay. Well, we'll be going.
Hey, kid. What was your name again?
Baron.
Right. This lighted path fellow, Bosch. Sounds interesting. There's some way I can meet him?
He's usually on the move, rallying followers. But the partisans of the lighted path often gather in the temple of Aethys in Neketaka.
What a shock!
I seem to go there myself, in fact. There's an adherent there, Ogna, who initiates new partisans. No doubt she'd be pleased to help you.
We haven't seen an Ogna, have we?
Aethys needs able soldiers, even in their elder years.
Editor spit.
You should consider what Ogna has to say. It might speak to you.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Farewell.
Wow. Yeah. That's not gonna go over real big with Ed here. Okay. The lighted path. Okay. Ogna. Alright, well. What do you think?
What's on your mind?
Tell me about this Baron now. What do you think?
Wasn't what I expected, I know that much.
Right.
I had this idea that maybe I'd get along with him. Either because he was like his mom, or because he was like,
It's probably like you.
But it was like somebody talked him out of his personality. When he looked at you, you got the feeling he was looking at someone a long ways behind you.
There shakes his
It's
head.
not his fault. He's alone out here. And his mom was such a force. If she was so sure of herself, she'd have had that cult leader following her. Hard to replace something like that.
Okay. Alright. Let's get going. Okay, well, I'm going to end this episode here. We've run into Baron. And, hold a second, let's go back in here. Make sure everyone's okay. Is he okay? Thank you for clearing this place out. Alright, you're welcome. Alright. Yeah, we're going to end the episode here. I want to thank you for watching. Of course, I'm Erik Malkavian. And we completed our work here in Hasongo. We're headed back to Nekataka. 1, we need to see the cartographer. 2, we need to go see Huzanati, because I promised to tell about that. And then perhaps talk to the Valen Trading Company. And go see the Queen. Tell what we found here in Hasongo. Alright, thank you for watching. And you have an awesome evening and day. Goodbye.